What's up, cruise fam? We are Addy and Terry, and today we're giving you this week's latest big cruise news and updates.
And we got some good ones too. But before we get to the juicy stuff, we would love it if you subscribe to our channel, if you haven't already, and be sure to click the bell to be notified when we post something new.
Okay, so the biggest cruise news in the industry right now is...
The government of Canada has made the decision to ban cruise ships from Canadian waters until February 28th of 2022. Yeah, I said 2022. This means there will be no cruising to or out of the ports of Vancouver, Halifax, or Montreal. And there is also a ban on ships that are entering their Arctic waters. Now, this ban applies to cruise ships and vessels that carry more than 100 passengers, and cruise ships that carry less than 100 passengers can still operate, but have to follow local protocols. If anyone is feeling like breaking the rules, companies can face a $25,000 per day fine, and an individual could face a $5,000 fine. Now, the Canadian government is citing safety as their reason for the ban, and they want to make sure people stay safe and healthy. And with the order in place, authorities are going to focus on the most pressing issues, including the vaccine rollout and dealing with new variants of COVID-19.
Now, this raises lots of questions and essentially eliminates cruises to Alaska and any sailings from New England.
And in even more news, Carnival made some interesting announcements this week.
Yes, a step in the right direction. Carnival Cruise Lines has released their new COVID health policies and procedures to make sure guests remain safe and during a cruise vacation. The cruise line has developed these new policies with guidance from authorities around the world, including the CDC. A lot of the new protocols were ones that we were expecting, such as mask wearing around the ship, social distancing, and checks before embarkation. Carnival could also limit port visits. Guests may also be limited to where they can go while they're in port, like not being able to go off on their own and only being able to book tours that have been vetted by the cruise line. You can read more about the entire list of policies and procedures on the Carnival website. We will put that in the link in the description below. One of our favorite cruise ports is coming up with something new.
Yes, the Mexican island of Cozumel is looking into becoming a home port, or at least to a few ships. Now, the island has been hit hard by the pandemic and relies heavily on the income that's brought in by the cruise ships. Now, the island mayor, Pedro Joaquin de Bois, feels that bringing some ships to home port from Cozumel can bring life back to the island and, of course, help the economy. The mayor has been in contact with the management at one of our favorite cruise lines, Swiss-based MSC. MSC Cruises has been successfully cruising from Italy since August and has extensive experience cruising in Cuba. So Mexico is totally feasible. Cozumel isn't the only place looking to become a home port for ships either. There's Progreso in the Yucatan, and surprisingly, Havana, Cuba are also eyeing the possibilities as well.
Would you fly to Cozumel or to Cancun and ferry over if it meant that you could go on a cruise? I sure as hell would. Let us know in the comments what your thoughts are on this.
Well, that does it for this week's Big Cruise Headlines. Stay tuned to our channel for more.
Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when we post something new.
And we'll see you back here next week for more cruise news headlines.